We are about to discuss this young lady who caught a felony charge for twerking. I like to say hunching, but twerking on. We need the news articles to get it right too, because one article say that it was a disabled man, and then another article says that it's a woman. So we really need to get it right, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. She did something horrible. She was charged. She should be. And you know me, I have to ask, is something going on upstairs that's just not quite right? Maybe? I mean, first we're going to discuss some things, okay? So, on this People's article, says healthcare worker accused for allegedly twerking on the head of person with disabilities, and she posted it to TikTok. We gotta stop doing crazy stuff for views. I mean, I do silly stuff like on the shorts or whatnot, but this is just disrespectful, very disrespectful. But the only thing I'm gonna point out on this article, because I'm gonna go to the other one that covers a lot more, is of course that she's 19 and she's facing a felony. And right here it says head of a male patient. But this article also say that on the same account, now this gets confusing to me, so maybe I'm just a little bit slow. But okay, she posted another video of another male patient, but he was sitting in the bathtub. Like, did he have his clothes on, or was he taking a bath? But she placed something in his mouth. Okay, that's weird. And then I guess this is the young lady speaking right here. It's not what it is. A woman posted from the same account as the two videos said in a follow-up video. A lot of people are commenting, talking about sexual assault. I can't say that stuff, so I'm not going to say it. But I guess she's trying to say that the dude is verbal, and maybe the comments, they were trying to say that he was not verbal. I don't know. I didn't go look up that much of it because, yeah, it's very disturbing. Okay, so then, this is a more recent article. As you see, it was posted on the 30th. This Georgia healthcare worker was twerking on a disabled person. So this is what we're going to talk about right here, you guys. Because being that I have worked, which I've said in other videos that I've done, I have worked in the healthcare system. And, you know, even though some of these are going to sound like fancy acronyms, but they almost the same, but different. Because you do, okay, so let me just get to it. So I've worked as an NA, a CNA, a DSP, a home health care worker, and a med tech. Okay, so I know it was some confusion because they're saying she's a nurse. And, you know, a lot of people in all those fields I just named, all those positions, they just sum it up and say, I'm a nurse. And it's not until someone say, like, what kind of nurse are you? Because most people think nurse, LPN, RN, whatever, nurse, right? No. I don't think she was a nurse. I could be wrong. This is just strictly my opinion. I do not know the young lady. However, I did my best trying to find something that stated like what her acronyms were, or she's just a home health care worker, or she's a nursing assistant, is she certified, like a certified nursing assistant, like what was she? So when I got here, I looked up this company for one. But when I saw that, they do laundry, they assist with grooming, and you guys can't see the page. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the company, SNL Healthcare LLC. It's based in Georgia. They help with laundry, they assist with dressing, grooming, bathing, home cooking, daily meals, snacks, medication management, daily healthcare monitoring. Now, even as a DSP, I was working for the state, and they did certify me as a med tech. And what that meant was I was working with intellectually challenged individuals. So that meant once I got certified as a med tech, I could administer medicine. But I did have to go through training under, I think she was a RN. So you have to go through some training, you have to take some tests, you have to give out the medicines, under her watch a few times, and then you get graded and you get certified if you do everything right. It's certain medications that we were still not allowed to give or administer. And also, I want to add, I was in a facility. Now, when I did home health as both an NA, just a regular home health aide, and also as a CNA is just a certified nursing assistant. You can do a tad bit more than a nursing assistant, a nurse's aide, I should say. Okay, so I'm assuming that this young lady was either just a home health care worker, which means they will hire you with no experience whatsoever. Or if you go in as a nursing assistant, usually, not all the time, but that's just another one of those where you have some knowledge of like nursing homes, home health, that type of thing. And of course, CNA, you've had some certification and you've got a certification and you passed all the stuff you needed to pass. But the CNA usually is done like inside a facility, whether you get hired at a nursing facility and they put you through the course, but you're going to class, you're like in a classroom setting. At least for me. I don't know, things might have changed because this was like back in the day. Y'all know I'm old, right? But anyway, I was in like a classroom setting, and you go for, might have been 3 months. I think it was like 3 months. I don't know. But you do go through training, not like a NA or a home health. They will, from my experience, they will basically bring you into their facility, give you a test that, just got basic questions. They may or may not show you how to take blood pressure with the stethoscope. And, that's just about it. I've never worked in a home health service in which I was able to administer medicine. So I'm curious if where she was working was actually like a facility. Like sometimes people with challenges have like their own apartment in these little neighborhoods, I'll call them, or apartment complexes or these little houses, and everyone around them is like-minded, and they basically just need assistance with daily chores, as I just read on this list, right? So again, usually, from my experience, a nurse comes in, even if they're staying at home in their own little place, A nurse goes to administer medicine, not a CNA, not a home health, no. So, if she could give medicine, then maybe she was actually a nurse, like a LPN or RN or something like that. But I can tell you this, no LPN or no RN is doing laundry, assisting with grooming, and all of that. From my experience, that's just not their job. So I'm just curious. I was very curious on what she was and what this company hired for. I just wanted to point that out. So just to clear some things up for some people on the difference, right? So that is kind of interesting, the medication management. And it could very well mean that the person was able to give themselves their own medicine and you just watch. You just make sure that they're taking their medicine. You monitor, basically. So this is just saying that a woman, now you remember a few minutes ago I was saying how it was saying a man. So this article is saying that a woman was sitting in a chair and with the woman wearing scrubs, meaning the nurse, I'm gonna say, because I don't know what she is, so we're not gonna assume anything. But listen, y'all, the affidavit began to rub her genitals on top of the victim's head. Come on, why would we do this? And then if it was a woman, guys, I do know that further on in this article, it talks about how they are trying to find the location of where all of this took place. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you. I really hate coming to websites because, Lord have mercy, the pop-ups are ridiculous. Okay, so I came here, right? And I was like, let me act like I want to put in for a job because, you know, you can't really see. So let me just drag this down real quick if it'll let me. Because I don't want you guys thinking I'm bullshitting. So I went to S&M Healthcare in Georgia. And you know how it automatically pops up stuff. So part-time job came up, so I left it, right? So move this back up because it's just like a better view, you know what I mean? We just do some things. Okay. So, yeah, no, I couldn't find anything, right? So I came to this, and then I noticed babysitting jobs, nannies, tutoring, senior care jobs, caregiver jobs, pet care jobs, and then I got to thinking, So 9 times out of 10, this particular company does not require you to have any type of training to go out to these folks' homes. And yeah, they just pay you very low wage and you go out and you clean and you fix them a meal and all this good stuff. But they done took all of this off, right? And then guys, also, let me see. Let me switch. Because it might take me a minute to find this. I found a page. I found like their website, right? But what struck me odd is it's very I'm not gonna say generic. It's like they must knew people was gonna start looking them up, so to speak, and want to know like what kind of credentials you gotta have to work there, what areas you serve in, you know, so on and so forth. Same thing I was doing. But this is what I found, right? And so it's nothing. It's nothing on here that, okay, so let me do this. Matter of fact, okay, there we go. It's nothing on here that lets you like click we're hiring. So you go here, it's gonna scroll down. And then if you click here, yeah. So if you click here, like you can't come to this website and apply for a job. And nor is it giving you details of anything, right? These are their services. Medication management is questionable, again, because they could very well be able to give their own insulin shots, take their own high blood pressure medicine. They can just need assistance with daily care living. And so normally, guys, I'm really not just trying to be funny, but normally that just means that you are a home health aide. No credentials needed. No real training needed. Now, there were a few companies that I did apply to that required you to have CPR training. And then if you didn't, they would just sign you up for a course and you would take it, and then you'll be off and running to these folks' homes, taking care of them, and they trust you. So also in one of those articles, it mentioned that the guardian of the disabled individual was not aware that that was going on, nor did they know, or did the young lady have their, I guess, permission to do or post such thing. I had to calm myself down, y'all, because this gets me really upset. You see, my mom passed away when I was 9 years old, and I have memories of my sisters sneaking me into the nursing home because, you know, kids couldn't go in back then anyway, to see my mom. And I got into that field, as I said. And again, I've seen some horrible things. And normally people that's in that field, they're in it because they absolutely love it. And I will be the first to tell you that that type of behavior is not normal. And it is not accepted. I hate to say this, but I'm glad she's getting charged. I hate that it's a felony because now, all because of views, all because you're trying to get some followers, all because you wanna, I don't know, look stupid, because that wasn't too smart. Which brings me to another assumption. There's no way she was licensed at anything, because she would have had too much to, even at her young age. If she was that smart and had done went through schooling early and got her license and was, let's say she was just a LPN, she would still be thinking, I got too much to lose. This was too hard to get. But as a CNA, you know, I would have still felt like I had too much to lose, because you have to go through training. You have to be trained. You have to be certified. But as a nursing assistant and as a home health aide, not at all. And I can only assume that she had to be a home health aide. From my experience, guys, them companies have a revolving door. Mainly because they pay so little. They pay hardly nothing, close to minimum wage. And then they throw in, yeah, we're going to give you travel. You still make nearly nothing. And a lot of people that I know and knew, work with, they were in the field because they absolutely love it. But majority of them, if they didn't have help, like a spouse or something at home, they worked another job. And that's just saying that they were either a CNA or a nurse's aide or a home health aide. They usually worked another job of some sort to make ends meet because you in that field because you love it. And that's sad because these companies hire you to take care of these people. And a lot of times you're going out into people's homes. They trust you. Even if you're going into a facility like a nursing home or something, they still trust you. You're not part of their staff. So they trust that you're not stealing. They trust that you're not abusing people. They trust that you're doing the cleaning, the cooking, whatever it is you're supposed to go do. They're trusting that you do it. And yeah, they do their background checks. And I will say, some of these places that hire home health aid is not much of a background check that's getting done. I mean, they pull your record and stuff like that, but as far as trying to see if you got any strikes or anything as a home health aide, I don't even know if it's reported, honestly, and if it is, I wouldn't know where. Because, again, if the person do not put it on their resume, how are they to know? CNAs and licensed nurses, it goes against their record. It's reported to the state, assuming that the company reported. But I've always told everyone I love, including my own children, if at all possible, do not put me in a nursing home. And make sure you screen the person yourself that they're sending out to the house. You have that right. Or ask for very detailed information. Just don't. A lot of times, guys, people don't know who about to knock on their door to assist them. Let's say they're used to someone coming out for a whole month. And then all of a sudden, someone else comes out. Now, the company lets them know we're going to be sending so-and-so out. But at the same time, you're a stranger. They don't know you. And then I've had women tell me, because men have told me too, that, oh, you're the third different one this week. Are you going to stay? Are you going to be the one to keep coming? And I did for as long as I possibly could. But again, it just doesn't pay well. Not at all. And some people take advantage of that and just go to the individual home and don't do nothing. Especially if they can take care of themselves. Oh, Miss Jane, go take your bath. I'll be in there in a minute. Oh, you done already? John, did you take your medicine? I ain't see you take it. Let me see you take it. Okay, that's good. Why they still sitting their butt in that chair? Ain't dust, ain't swept, ain't cooked. Whatever it is they're supposed to do. Because most companies don't pop in on you. I only had one that popped in on me. So, please put up cameras in your home. Or get your loved one cameras. And it's sad. It's very sad because I understand that these types of services are needed. And this young lady just scarred the industry. Seriously. That was horrible. And it's very disturbing to me because, one, the patients already have something going on, like they were disabled. She was taking advantage of them. She used them, basically. And then there's her. Like some of her shots, like her mug shot, like that was horrible. And that goes to show you that makeup and a wig go a very long way. Speaking of which. But, yeah, being funny. She has to have something going on with her. And I don't know if I said it earlier, so I might be repeating myself because I did chop this video. I'm always chopping damn videos. But she probably need a mental evaluation. Because I just refuse to believe that anyone in their right mind thought that that would be okay to post and get views. And then try to defend it. The only way I can say that that is okay if it comes back to like her boyfriend or her cousin or something was, acting like that so she can post it and get video. And I assume that's why the police is trying to figure out exactly where was it taken. Probably trying to ping her location. Because, if it was at her house or at her cousin's house and it was her cousin and not really someone who was disabled, then she just looked stupid and just got flashed all over the news. But 9 times out of 10, that company's still going to drop her like a bad habit because you were in their uniform. But anyone can go buy scrubs. And I probably still got some of my old name tags. So we're not going to do a whole lot of assuming here. We just going to say that it looked awful. And this ain't the first time somebody has done something really stupid to get a lot of clicks and views. I mean, some people are doing things so stupid that is unaliving themselves. And it's no coming back from that, guys. Not at all. So let's not do it. I like to mention that our suicide rate is going up. Our mental health issues going up. And we got to bring attention to it. We got to bring attention to it. And when you see stuff like that on TikTok, don't heart it. Don't even share that bullshit. Report it. Report it. Don't even comment on it because, from my understanding, that's helping her. Report it. Fight to get people like that off TikTok. Period. Put cameras in your home if you have to have assistant come out and help yourself or a loved one. It's very important. Because, again, even if you're the person that's getting the assistance, you don't know what's going on behind your back or when you go to the bathroom. So, trust no one. Trust no one. We got to do better. We got to start taking better care of each other. And what this young lady was doing is not how you do it. What Academic was saying to that young boy is not how you do it. I'm getting pissed off. So, and I'm getting mad because of the whole disability thing. Like I'm getting goosebumps like crazy because that, for the most part, those types of individuals can't speak up or express themselves in a way or even have the ability to report it. And that's sad. That happens so much. I can't tell you how often it happens that people that are nonverbal or that have a hard time articulating things go through stuff. Even if they're in a facility, from their aid or when their loved ones come to visit or when their loved ones take them off the premises, and they have a very hard time reporting it. But when someone picks up on it and do finally realize what the hell going on, it's just so heartbreaking. because no one should be subject to such abuse. That's abuse. That, what she done, is considered physical abuse and mental abuse. But imagine the client already having issues and to have that done. And let's say it was a little old woman and that's not her thing, like girl on girl. Do you know how she's not scarred? And forbid if she can't express herself. Like, all of that is now enraged within her, and she's trying to figure out, or possibly trying to figure out how to get out. Like, that is just some bull doo-doo. It's bull dookie. So, if you gotta put your loved one in a nursing home, just make sure you do your research. Try to go visit the facility on multiple occasions, different times of the day. Every shift is different. If your loved one is in a facility, go check in. Check in often. Which, that's another horrible thing. A lot of people do not visit their loved ones once they just put them in a facility. It's like, oh well, they taken care of. They don't need to see me. Don't be like that. Because people get lonely. They need that family connection, that familiarness when they're in places like that. And I can't tell you how, when it comes time and they know it's visitation day or they getting ready to leave for the weekend, it's like a kid on Christmas at the age of 5. They are so excited because they know family is coming. And then if family don't show up and family was supposed to show up, so devastating. And if the person is already suffering from anything mental, it just makes it 100 times worse. And a lot of times, like, I don't want to throw certain conditions out there, but it is absolutely hard to calm the person down to where you have to call in the nurse, meaning the RN, and then the RN sometimes have to call the doctor because people get so excited and then to get let down, that's mentally destroying. So think about this, guys, and then I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna get off here because I can feel my eyes watering and my nose watering. And if you are that person that has someone that's disabled in your family, going through mental issues, make sure you're checking on them. Make sure you're communicating, asking questions, especially if someone is coming into the home or if they live in a facility. Especially if they live in a facility, ask questions. Check in on them. It doesn't hurt. In 20, 30 minutes, it's not much at all. Not much time at all. And if you are that person, as I was speaking on a few minutes ago, I didn't want to get off subject, that sell your kids' dreams, because all of this is mental. But if you are that parent that tell your kid you're going to do something and you know you have no intentions on doing it, don't tell them. But that goes with adults too that have mentally challenging issues, because even normal, whatever normal is, people don't like to be let down. So just make sure you stand on your word, because at the end of the day, your word is all you got. So guys, listen. Don't do things that's going to get you on the wrong side of this social media thing and get you locked up, get your record messed up, and get you some charges. Because I think her bail was like, oh, don't get me lying, I can't remember. But she did bail out. Yeah. So I'm not going to assume anything because, again, it could have very well been someone her age dressed up as an older person. We don't know. All this is alleged. And, for her sake and for everybody else's sake, I hope it was a joke. Because that was very mentally disturbing. Very. And I can hear a lot of households having that discussion if they have a home health aide coming into their home. Hopefully this is going to make a lot of these companies review their policies and maybe requirements when it comes to sending folks out to people's home. Because like I said, some of these places you can walk in, get hired the same day, and start going out to people's homes. Unless they require a TB shot. But if you apply it online, it tells you all of that. So you go ahead and you have all of that done. So when you go and your paperwork in order, you can start the same day. And get paid the same week in some cases. Yeah, it's not a whole lot that goes into the hiring. But I gotta go. So I hope you guys got a little bit of information off this. I felt like I really didn't do no justice. However, I am going to post it anyway because at the end of the day, it's all mental. And it still needs attention. I love you guys. Like and subscribe.